Hi everyone. This is an interesting data insights practice question, a data sufficiency question, a hard question, right? You need to process a little bit to get to the answer. Concept tested is a quant flavored concept, which is number properties is what is tested. X is a 2-digit positive integer. Y is obtained by multiplying the tens place of x by 2. Let's understand what this means when we decode the question stem. What is the question? Is y greater than x upon 6 is what the question is. We have two statements. Let's look at the statements in a while. These are the 5 answer options to any DS question. Answer option is A if statement 1 alone is sufficient, 2 is not. Answer option is B if 2 alone is sufficient, 1 is not. The statements are independently not sufficient, but together they are sufficient. Then the answer option is C. 1 alone is sufficient, so is 2 alone. Each statement is independently sufficient, then the answer option is D. Finally, the given data is not sufficient, then the answer option is E. Solving a DS question entails the following steps. Let's decode the question stem, understand what kind of an answer we should get, when is it an yes, when is it no, if it's an is question, so on and so forth. Let's evaluate statement 1 alone, let's evaluate statement 2 alone, and if required, if these statements are independently not sufficient, then let's combine and evaluate the statements. On that note, let's get started. But before that, have you subscribed to our channel? If so, thank you so much. If you're not subscribed to our channel, it's time you subscribe to our channel and turn down the notifications. Let's quickly start by understanding what kind of a question we have. What's the question? What kind of an answer is this going to fetch? The question is y greater than x upon 6? Forget all of this. It's an is question. It's a question that starts with a be verb. So the answer to such a question is going to be yes or no. When is the data sufficient for such a question? The data is sufficient when we have a definite yes or a definite no. Let's just spend half a minute on decoding the question stem. The question stem states that x is a 2-digit positive integer, something like, let's say, 35. It's a 2-digit positive integer. How is y obtained? Y is obtained by multiplying the tens place of x. The tens place of x is a 3, and we are going to multiply it by a 2, right? So y is equal to 3 times 2, which is equal to 6, if x happens to be a 35. The question asked is y greater than x upon 6? If x happens to be a 35, 35 upon 6 is going to be a 5 point something, right? 36 upon 6 is going to be this. So there's going to be a 5.83. So, right, you don't have to get to the answer to the final decimal. You know, it's a 5 point something. What is the answer we have for y? Y is equal to 6. Is y greater than x upon 6? If this happened to be the case, then our answer is going to be an S, right? So this is the process we are going to do. If someone gave us an exact value for x, we'll be able to answer it. They give something more, then we'll have to figure out, is it a definite yes or a definite no, right? On that note, having understood what we need to do, let's quickly look at statement 1. What does statement 1 tell us? X lies between 40 and 60. Okay, so if x lies between 40 and 60, it's a 2-digit positive integer. It's greater than 40. It's lesser than 60. So x is going to take values starting from 41, and it can go all the way up to 59. Right. This is the first thing that we have deduced. Let's quickly, next step, find out the values of y. 41 to 49, if x takes values x from 41 to 49, the tens place of x is going to be a 4. So for these values, the value of y is going to be equal to an 8. This is possibility 1. Possibility 2, x takes values from 50, because 41 to 59 includes a 50 also. 50 to 59, it takes any value. The tens place of x is going to be the same for all of these numbers. Therefore, the value of y is equal to a 10. So there are two possible values we are getting for y. Y could be an 8, y could be a 10. Now, for these possibilities, when y is equal to 8, 41 to 49, let's check out what is the value of x upon 6. So I'm looking at possibility 1 right now. Y is equal to 8. X takes values from 41 to 49. If x is equal to a 41, x upon 6, 42 upon 6 is a 7. So this is going to be a 6 point something. X is equal to a 42. This is going to be equal to x upon 6 will exactly be equal to a 7. So all of these cases, y is greater. 43 to 48, it's going to take 43 to 47, 7 point something. At 48, it's going to become x is equal to 48. X upon 6 is equal to an 8. At 49, x is equal to 49. X upon 6 is going to be 8 point something, 8.16 to be precise. Let's check out what happens. In this case, y is equal to 8. This is 6 point something. Is y greater than x upon 6? Answer is yes. It's an yes here. Here, both x upon 6 and y are same. So is it greater? The answer is no. So we got a yes sometimes, we got a no sometimes, which essentially means that if x lies between 40 and 60, we don't even have to evaluate for what happens when it takes values from 50 to 59. We have seen some y's and some no's, which points to the fact that statement 1 alone is not giving us a definite yes. So statement 1 alone is not sufficient. We can rule out these answer options, A and D. A says 1 alone is sufficient, which it is not. D says each statement is independently sufficient, which also is not sufficient. So our answer options will be either B if statement 2 alone is sufficient, or let's combine the statements and determine whether it is C or E if statement 2 alone is not sufficient. What is statement 2? Let's see whether that is sufficient. Evaluate 2 alone. 2 states that y is equal to 10. How is y obtained? Y is obtained by multiplying the tens place of x by 2, which means the tens place of x is going to be equal to a 5. So what all values can it take? X can take values which range from 50 to 59. For all of these values, y will be equal to a 10. Now let's do the same job here, right? Y is equal to a 10, which is given. X is equal to a 50. Let's compute what the value of x upon 6 is. 50 upon 6, essentially it's going to be 48 upon 6 is an 8. 54 upon 6 is a 9. So this is going to be 8 point something. So I'll write the answer right here itself. Is y greater than x upon 6? The answer is yes for a 50. I don't even have to do anything up to 54. It's going to be an yes because 8 point something, 8 point something, 8.33, 8.5, so on and so forth. So x is equal to 54 is the next turning point in a way. So x upon 6 is a 9. So y is equal to a 10. X upon 6 is a 9. Is y greater than x upon 6? The answer is yes. Now from 54, 55, 56, all of those are going to be essentially 9.16, 9.33, so on and so forth. At x is equal to 60, x upon 6 is going to be equal to a 10. But we are not even looking at 60. We can go only up to 59. So let's rule out this as a possibility. X is equal to 59. X upon 6 is going to be 9.83. Because it's not going to be a 10, lesser than 10, 9 point something. Y is equal to a 10. This is 9 point something. Is y greater than x upon 6, which is an yes. So from 50 to 59, we didn't check out all numbers. We looked at some turning points which are going to make a difference. At 50, it was 8 point something. At 54, it was 9. Both of these numbers are lesser than 10. X upon 6 is lesser than the value of y. We went all the way up to 59 because it's going to be at 55, 9.16, so on and so forth. At 59, it will be a 9.83. Which is still a value. X upon 6 is still lesser than y, or y is greater than x upon 6. If y is equal to 10, x can take values from 50 to 59. For all of those values, we get a uniform yes, y is greater than x upon 6. So statement 2 alone is giving us a conclusive yes as the answer. 2 alone is sufficient. Answer option is going to be B. As always, let's look at a bonus question for this. Not made much of a change. I've just tweaked the ranges a little bit so that you get one more practice with this kind of a question. See, doing this question involves a little bit of interpretation as to how numbers behave and other things. So getting another set of numbers to practice with will consolidate the learning for you. I've retained everything same in the question stem. X is a 2-digit positive integer. How is y obtained? By multiplying the tens place of x by 2. The question is y greater than x upon 6? No change at all. I've changed the first statement. X lies between 55 and 65. Evaluate that. Second statement is y is equal to 12. And post your answers to the comment section of this video. Right. Best wishes for your GMAT preparation.